The following moments move slowly and gently, offering simple, quiet facts about medicinal plants, allowing the mind to rest in a steady rhythm of calm information. There is no need to focus too closely. The words can pass by like soft air. Lavender plants release a natural oil that can slow the body's stress response. The scent interacts with the nervous system and may gently lower heart rate over time. A single leaf of aloe vera contains a gel that holds water inside its structure. This gel can remain cool even in warm conditions, creating a soothing sensation when applied to the skin. Chamomile flowers contain small amounts of a compound called apigenin. This compound can bind to certain receptors in the brain that are linked to sleep and calmness. Peppermint leaves carry menthol, which creates a cooling effect. This sensation is not a true drop in temperature, but a signal sent through sensory pathways that feels cool and steady. In quiet soil, the roots of valerian plants grow slowly and store natural compounds that have been used to support relaxation. The scent of valerian root is strong, yet its effect on the body is often described as soft and gradual. The eucalyptus tree produces leaves filled with aromatic oils. When these leaves release their scent, the air can feel clearer and more open, supporting slow breathing patterns. A soft welcome settles in here, with no need to rush or follow closely. The information flows at an even pace, allowing space between each idea. Medicinal plants have existed for a long time, growing quietly in different regions of the world. Their properties are often gentle, working in subtle ways rather than sudden ones. Many of these plants interact with the body through scent, taste, or touch, creating small signals that the body can recognize. There is no need to remember anything. The words can simply exist in the background, like distant sounds that require no attention. The steady rhythm continues, calm and unchanging. The leaves of basil plants contain natural oils that can support a balanced response to mild stress. The plant grows best in warm sunlight, slowly forming clusters of soft green leaves. Ginger roots develop underground, forming thick, knotted shapes. Inside, they contain compounds that can create a warming sensation when consumed, supporting gentle digestive movement. The neem tree grows in dry climates and produces leaves with bitter compounds. These compounds can support the body's natural balance when used carefully. Rosemary plants release a scent that can feel clear and steady. The aroma may help maintain a calm alertness without creating intensity. Turmeric roots contain curcumin, a compound that gives the plant its deep yellow color. This compound interacts with the body in slow and subtle ways. The leaves of lemon balm carry a light citrus scent. This plant has been associated with gentle relaxation and a sense of quiet ease. Fennel seeds hold small amounts of essential oils that release a soft, sweet aroma. These seeds have been used to support calm digestion over long periods of time. Ashwagandha roots grow beneath the soil, forming dense structures that store natural compounds. These compounds are often linked with the body's ability to adapt to stress in a gradual way. The scent of jasmine flowers becomes stronger in the evening. This natural timing aligns with the body's shift toward rest, creating a calm sensory experience. Sage leaves contain aromatic oils that release a steady, earthy scent when warmed. This scent can feel grounding and stable. The bark of cinnamon trees forms thin layers that curl as they dry. Inside, they contain compounds that create a gentle warming effect. Clove buds are small and dark, holding concentrated oils within their structure. These oils release a strong yet steady aroma when exposed to air. The leaves of holy basil, also known as tulsi, contain compounds that may support a balanced internal state. The plant grows slowly and steadily in warm environments. Dandelion roots extend deep into the soil, collecting nutrients over time. These roots can be dried and used in simple preparations that support gentle bodily processes. The petals of calendula flowers are soft and bright, containing natural compounds that can soothe the skin when applied carefully. Licorice root has a naturally sweet taste. It contains compounds that can support the body's internal balance when used in small amounts. The scent of sandalwood comes from the wood itself, rather than leaves or flowers. This scent is often described as smooth and grounding. Thyme leaves carry a light, herbal aroma. The plant grows in small clusters, often close to the ground, forming a quiet presence in its environment. The structure of plant cells allows them to store water efficiently. This stored water helps maintain their softness and flexibility, even in changing conditions. Many medicinal plants contain essential oils. These oils are produced in tiny structures within the plant and are released slowly over time. The color of plant leaves comes from chlorophyll, a compound that absorbs light and supports the plant's energy process. Roots often hold concentrated compounds because they grow slowly and store nutrients over long periods. Flowers tend to release scents to interact with their environment. These scents can also interact gently with human senses. Leaves are usually the most active part of a plant, capturing light and exchanging gases with the air. Seeds contain stored energy that allows a plant to begin growing. This energy is released slowly as the seed develops. The process of drying plants can concentrate their natural compounds. This allows them to be stored and used over time. Warm water can help release plant compounds more easily. This is why many herbs are prepared as simple infusions. Cool environments can slow down the release of plant aromas, keeping them subtle and steady. The interaction between plant compounds and the human body is often gradual. Effects may appear slowly and gently. The scent of plants can travel through the air in small particles. These particles are detected by receptors in the nose. The body can respond to certain plant compounds by adjusting its internal balance in small ways. Many plants have evolved to produce compounds that protect them from insects or environmental stress. These same compounds can have mild effects when introduced to the human body. The taste of plants can signal the presence of certain compounds. Bitter tastes often indicate strong natural chemicals. Sweet tastes can suggest stored energy or sugars within the plant. Aromatic plants often contain volatile compounds that evaporate easily, releasing their scent. The structure of roots allows them to absorb water slowly and consistently. The soil surrounding a plant can influence its chemical composition over time. Sunlight exposure affects how plants grow and what compounds they produce. Water availability shapes the texture and density of plant tissues. Temperature can influence the speed at which plants develop their properties. The quiet growth of plants continues without sound, forming layers of structure and chemistry over time. Each plant exists within its environment, responding slowly to changes in light, water, and soil. The interaction between plants and humans remains gentle and often unnoticed, forming a quiet connection. The steady rhythm of these facts continues, with no change in pace, allowing the mind to drift without effort. The natural oils within plants are stored in microscopic pockets, releasing slowly when the plant is touched or warmed. Some plants produce compounds that can calm muscle tension in subtle ways. Others may support steady breathing by influencing sensory pathways. The texture of plant leaves can vary from soft to firm, depending on their structure and water content. The scent of dried herbs is often more concentrated than fresh ones, due to reduced moisture. The process of grinding plant material can release additional compounds into the air. Warm environments can increase the intensity of plant aromas. Cool environments can soften and reduce their presence. The balance between these conditions shapes the experience of each plant. The body's response to plants is often quiet, involving small adjustments rather than strong reactions. These adjustments may include slower breathing, relaxed muscles, or a steady heart rhythm. The gentle presence of medicinal plants has remained consistent across time, forming a quiet part of human experience. There is no need to follow each detail. The words continue at the same pace, calm and even. The steady rhythm continues without change, allowing each idea to pass softly. The leaves of the moringa tree contain a range of nutrients that remain stable even after drying. These leaves can be ground into a fine powder, holding their structure in a quiet, consistent form. The bark of willow trees contains compounds that were historically associated with gentle pain relief. These compounds develop slowly within the layers of the tree as it grows over time. The flowers of passion flower plants open in a delicate pattern, forming intricate shapes that remain still in calm air. Within the plant are compounds that may support relaxation in subtle ways. The roots of ginseng plants grow slowly beneath the surface, often taking years to mature. During this time, they collect compounds that are associated with steady energy rather than sudden stimulation. The scent of rose petals is formed by a mixture of natural oils. These oils are released gradually, creating a soft and consistent fragrance. The leaves of nettle plants contain fine structures that can create a mild tingling sensation when touched. Once processed, the plant can be used in ways that support balance within the body. The seeds of coriander plants hold a light, warm aroma. These seeds are often dried, allowing their natural compounds to remain stable over time. The plant known as skullcap produces small, quiet flowers. Its leaves contain compounds that have been associated with calming effects on the nervous system. The root of marshmallow plants contains a soft, fibrous material that can hold water. This property allows it to create a soothing texture when prepared. The scent of frankincense comes from the resin of certain trees. This resin forms slowly, hardening over time and holding aromatic compounds within it. The leaves of plantain plants grow close to the ground, forming broad, flat shapes. These leaves contain compounds that can gently support the skin. The flowers of yarrow plants grow in small clusters, each one contributing to a larger pattern. The plant contains compounds that have been used in quiet, supportive ways. The root of burdock plants extends deep into the soil, collecting nutrients over long periods. This slow growth contributes to its stable composition. The leaves of horehound plants carry a bitter taste, indicating the presence of certain natural compounds. These compounds can interact with the body in mild ways. The scent of myrrh, like frankincense, comes from tree resin. It has a deeper, more grounded aroma that remains steady in still air. The leaves of catnip plants contain compounds that can influence behavior in certain animals. In humans, the plant may have a mild calming effect. The flowers of elder plants form soft clusters that later develop into small berries. Both parts of the plant contain different compounds with gentle properties. The root of elecampane plants holds aromatic compounds that become more noticeable when the root is dried. The leaves of mullein plants are soft and covered in fine hairs. These leaves have been used in ways that support calm breathing. The seeds of fenugreek plants are small and firm, containing compounds that release a mild, warm scent when prepared. The bark of slippery elm trees contains a substance that becomes smooth and gel-like when mixed with water. The leaves of stevia plants contain natural compounds that taste sweet without the presence of sugar. The flowers of hibiscus plants are rich in color, holding pigments that dissolve easily in water. The roots of rhodiola plants grow in cold environments, developing compounds that support steady adaptation to stress. The leaves of damiana plants release a light, herbal aroma that remains gentle and balanced. The plant known as kava develops roots that contain compounds associated with relaxation when prepared carefully. The scent of orange blossom comes from small white flowers that release their fragrance into warm air. The leaves of bay laurel plants contain oils that produce a subtle, steady aroma. The roots of chicory plants can be roasted, changing their composition and creating a deep, mild flavor. The flowers of linden trees release a soft scent that is often associated with calm and quiet environments. The leaves of perilla plants carry a unique aroma that combines herbal and slightly sweet notes. The seeds of anise plants contain compounds that produce a gentle, licorice-like scent. The bark of cascara trees develops compounds that have been used in slow, measured ways. The leaves of gotu kola plants grow in small, rounded shapes, often near water. The roots of sarsaparilla plants contain compounds that create a mild, earthy flavor. The flowers of blue lotus plants open slowly, revealing soft layers that remain still in calm conditions. The leaves of lemon verbena plants release a bright yet gentle citrus scent. The seeds of cardamom plants are enclosed in small pods, protecting their aromatic compounds. The bark of magnolia trees contains compounds that have been studied for their calming properties. The leaves of epazote plants carry a strong aroma that becomes softer when prepared. The roots of angelica plants grow thick and aromatic, holding compounds that develop over time. The flowers of burrage plants are small and star-shaped, containing compounds that support gentle balance. The leaves of woodruff plants release a mild scent when dried, becoming more noticeable over time. The seeds of black cumin plants are small and dark, containing concentrated oils. The bark of quassia trees contains very bitter compounds, indicating a strong chemical presence. The leaves of curry plants release a warm, steady aroma when touched. The roots of maca plants grow in high-altitude environments, adapting slowly to their surroundings. The flowers of saffron plants produce fine threads that hold concentrated color and compounds. The leaves of arnica plants contain compounds that are used externally for soothing purposes. The seeds of milk thistle plants are known for their protective outer structure. The bark of pau d'arco trees develops slowly, forming layers that contain natural compounds. The leaves of cistus plants produce a resin that becomes sticky in warm conditions. The roots of gentian plants are known for their intense bitterness, signaling strong natural chemicals. The flowers of chamomile continue to release their soft scent even after drying. The leaves of tea plants contain compounds that can create a gentle state of calm alertness. The seeds of flax plants hold oils that remain stable when stored properly. The bark of oak trees contains tannins, which are compounds that interact with proteins. The leaves of spinach plants contain nutrients that support steady bodily functions. The roots of carrots store energy in the form of natural sugars. The flowers of sunflowers follow the direction of light as they grow. The leaves of mint plants release a cooling sensation through their aromatic compounds. The seeds of sesame plants contain oils that are stable and slow to change. The bark of birch trees can be peeled in thin layers, revealing its structure. The leaves of parsley plants contain compounds that contribute to a fresh aroma. The roots of beet store pigments that give them a deep color. The flowers of clover plants grow in rounded clusters, forming a soft visual pattern. The leaves of kale plants contain dense nutrients within their structure. The seeds of pumpkin plants are enclosed in a firm outer shell. The bark of cedar trees releases a steady, woody scent. The leaves of dill plants are thin and delicate, holding light aromatic compounds. The roots of radish plants develop quickly, storing energy in a compact form. The flowers of lavender continue to provide a sense of calm through their scent. The steady flow remains unchanged, with each fact resting gently beside the next, allowing the mind to drift without effort or focus. The steady rhythm continues without change, allowing each idea to rest quietly. The leaves of the guava plant contain compounds that develop under steady sunlight, forming a soft, natural balance within their structure. The roots of licorice continue to store sweetness in a slow and consistent way, holding their properties deep within the soil. The flowers of chamomile maintain their gentle scent even in still air, releasing it slowly over time. The bark of cinnamon trees forms in layers, each one growing gradually, carrying its warm and steady aroma. The leaves of peppermint continue to release their cooling sensation through small aromatic molecules that move lightly through the air. The roots of ginger remain dense and fibrous, holding warmth within their structure in a calm and stable way. The flowers of jasmine open quietly in the evening, aligning with the natural rhythm of light fading into darkness. The leaves of eucalyptus maintain their clear scent, supporting a sense of open, slow breathing. The roots of valerian continue to grow unseen beneath the soil, forming compounds that work gently over time. The seeds of fennel remain small and structured, holding their subtle sweetness in a compact form. The bark of sandalwood holds its scent within the wood itself, releasing it slowly and evenly. The leaves of basil continue to absorb sunlight, forming soft green surfaces that hold natural oils. The roots of turmeric store their deep color, carrying compounds that remain stable through time. The flowers of calendula maintain their soft texture, holding gentle properties within their petals. The leaves of rosemary continue to release a steady aroma, neither strong nor weak, but balanced. The roots of ashwagandha remain firm and grounded, storing compounds that develop gradually. The seeds of coriander hold their light fragrance, remaining consistent even after drying. The bark of willow continues to contain compounds that formed slowly as the tree matured. The leaves of lemon balm carry their soft citrus scent, remaining calm and even. The roots of burdock extend deep into the earth, collecting nutrients over long periods without interruption. The flowers of lavender continue their quiet presence, releasing scent in a slow and predictable way. The leaves of thyme remain small and structured, holding aromatic compounds that stay stable. The roots of ginseng continue their long growth cycle, forming balance through time. The seeds of anise maintain their gentle aroma, enclosed within their small forms. The bark of cedar trees continues to release a soft, woody scent that remains constant. The leaves of sage hold their earthy aroma, grounded and steady. The roots of dandelion remain strong and deep, forming their structure without haste. The flowers of hibiscus maintain their rich color, slowly releasing pigments into water. The leaves of mint continue to create a cooling sensation through simple chemical signals. The roots of chicory hold their mild bitterness, remaining consistent after preparation. The seeds of sesame retain their oils, stable and unchanged over time. The bark of oak continues to form tannins, holding its natural structure within. The leaves of parsley remain fresh in their scent, light and balanced. The roots of beet plants continue to store color and energy within their form. The flowers of clover maintain their soft clusters, forming gentle patterns. The leaves of spinach continue their quiet role in absorbing light and producing energy. The roots of carrot plants remain steady, storing nutrients in a simple and stable way. The seeds of flax continue to hold oils that remain unchanged in calm storage. The bark of birch trees continues to peel in thin layers, revealing its quiet structure. The leaves of dill maintain their delicate form, holding light aromatic compounds. The roots of radish plants continue their quick but steady growth beneath the soil. The flowers of sunflower plants continue to align with light, following a slow and natural movement. The leaves of kale remain dense and structured, holding nutrients in a steady balance. The seeds of pumpkin plants remain enclosed, protected within their shells. The bark of pine trees releases a soft resin scent, slow and continuous. The leaves of bay plants hold their aroma, stable and unchanged. The roots of maca continue to grow in high altitudes, adapting quietly to their environment. The flowers of blue lotus remain open and still, forming soft shapes on the water surface. The leaves of lemon verbena continue to release a gentle citrus scent, calm and even. The seeds of cardamom remain enclosed, protecting their aromatic oils. The bark of magnolia trees continues to hold compounds that develop slowly over time. The leaves of plantain remain close to the ground, broad and stable. The roots of gentian continue to hold their strong bitterness, unchanged and steady. The flowers of linden trees maintain their soft fragrance, drifting lightly in still air. The leaves of mullein remain soft and textured, holding their gentle properties. The roots of elecampane continue their slow growth, storing compounds gradually. The seeds of fenugreek remain firm and structured, holding their mild scent. The bark of slippery elm continues to form a smooth texture when combined with water. The leaves of nettle maintain their structure, changing gently when prepared. The roots of sarsaparilla continue to hold their earthy character. The flowers of burrage remain small and star-shaped, steady in their form. The leaves of woodruff release their scent slowly after drying. The seeds of black cumin continue to hold concentrated oils within. The bark of quassia remains intensely bitter, unchanged in its nature. The leaves of curry plants maintain their warm aroma, steady and consistent. The roots of angelica continue to develop slowly, holding aromatic compounds. The flowers of saffron continue to produce fine threads, delicate and stable. The leaves of arnica remain structured, holding their external soothing properties. The seeds of milk thistle remain protected within their outer layer. The bark of pau d'arco continues to form gradually, holding its natural composition. The leaves of cistus maintain their resin, slowly forming in warmth. The roots of rhodiola continue to adapt to cold environments, steady and unchanged. The flowers of chamomile remain gentle in their presence, soft and consistent. The leaves of tea plants continue to balance calmness and alertness in a subtle way. The steady flow remains even, with no change in pace, allowing the mind to drift further into quiet rest, where each fact becomes softer and lighter, blending into a calm and continuous background. The steady rhythm continues, remaining soft and even, with each idea moving gently forward without returning to what has already passed. In quiet forest floors, many medicinal plants grow in shaded layers, where sunlight filters slowly through taller trees. This filtered light allows leaves to develop thinner structures, optimizing their ability to absorb gentle light over longer periods. The plant known as holy basil adapts its chemical composition depending on environmental stress. When conditions become dry or warm, the plant gradually increases certain protective compounds, creating a natural balance within its tissues. In desert regions, some medicinal plants develop thick outer coatings on their leaves. These coatings reduce water loss and allow the plant to remain stable even under prolonged heat, maintaining its internal structure with minimal change. The roots of many alpine plants grow close to the surface rather than deep into the soil. This allows them to absorb nutrients quickly during short growing seasons, forming their compounds in a steady but limited time frame. Certain medicinal plants release their aromatic compounds more strongly during specific times of day. This natural timing aligns with temperature and humidity changes, creating a gentle cycle of scent that rises and softens without abrupt shifts. The structure of plant fibers plays a role in how compounds are stored. Dense fibers can hold substances longer, releasing them slowly when the plant is prepared or warmed. Some plants develop a wax-like layer on their leaves. This layer reflects excess sunlight and helps maintain internal moisture, allowing the plant to remain stable across changing conditions. The interaction between plant compounds and human receptors is often subtle. Small molecules bind gently, creating mild responses that build gradually rather than appearing all at once. In wetland environments, medicinal plants often grow with hollow stems. These stems allow air to move through the plant, supporting its structure in waterlogged soil while maintaining a quiet internal balance. The drying process of herbs changes their chemical composition slightly. Water content decreases, and certain compounds become more concentrated, resulting in a softer but more persistent effect when used. Some medicinal plants contain flavonoids, which are compounds that help protect the plant from environmental stress. These same compounds may interact with the human body in small and steady ways. The color of flowers often indicates the presence of specific pigments. These pigments can dissolve in water, slowly releasing color and mild compounds during preparation. Plants that grow in colder climates often develop compounds that protect their cells from freezing. These compounds contribute to their stability and may influence their gentle effects when used. The roots of perennial plants continue to store energy year after year. This long-term storage allows them to produce consistent compounds across multiple growth cycles. In shaded environments, leaves tend to grow larger and thinner. This structure increases their surface area, allowing them to capture more light without increasing density. Some medicinal plants produce resins that harden when exposed to air. These resins trap aromatic compounds and release them slowly over time. The process of infusion allows water to extract certain compounds from plant material. Warm water increases this process gradually, while cooler water extracts compounds more slowly. Volatile oils in plants evaporate easily, which is why their scent can travel through the air. This evaporation happens gently, without sudden changes. Plants often adjust their growth direction toward light sources. This slow movement, known as phototropism, occurs over extended periods and remains almost unnoticeable. In sandy soils, medicinal plants may develop deeper roots to access water. This adaptation influences the density and composition of their internal compounds. Some plants contain alkaloids, which are naturally occurring chemicals that can interact with the body in mild ways when used carefully. The outer layers of bark protect the inner tissues of trees. Within these layers, compounds develop slowly, shaped by years of growth. Leaves that are exposed to strong sunlight often become thicker. This thickness helps reduce water loss and stabilizes the plant's internal environment. Certain medicinal plants grow in clusters, forming small communities that share soil nutrients and create a stable microenvironment. The process of grinding dried herbs increases their surface area, allowing compounds to be released more evenly when used. In humid environments, plants may produce fewer aromatic compounds, as moisture reduces the need for protective oils. The scent of many plants is a result of complex chemical mixtures. These mixtures interact with sensory receptors in a gradual and layered way. Roots that grow in mineral-rich soil may absorb trace elements, subtly influencing the plant's composition. Some medicinal plants produce mucilage, a gel-like substance that forms when mixed with water. This substance creates a smooth texture and can have a soothing effect. The balance of light and darkness influences plant cycles. During darker periods, certain processes slow down, allowing the plant to conserve energy. Plants growing at higher altitudes often remain smaller, concentrating their compounds within a compact structure. The internal transport system of plants moves water and nutrients slowly through vessels, maintaining steady growth. Certain compounds in plants are activated by heat, while others are preserved better at lower temperatures. The timing of harvest can influence the concentration of plant compounds. Early morning harvesting often captures a balanced state within the plant. Some medicinal plants develop protective hairs on their leaves. These structures reduce water loss and create a barrier against environmental stress. The interaction between soil microorganisms and plant roots supports nutrient exchange, contributing to the plant's steady development. Leaves that fall from plants return nutrients to the soil, creating a continuous cycle that supports future growth. In calm conditions, the release of plant aromas remains subtle and consistent, without sudden intensity. The structure of seeds allows them to remain dormant until conditions become suitable for growth. This dormancy can last for extended periods. Certain plants produce compounds that deter insects. These compounds remain within the plant, contributing to its overall chemical balance. Water-soluble compounds dissolve easily during preparation, while oil-based compounds require different methods to be released. The shape of leaves can influence how water collects and moves across their surface, supporting hydration in natural conditions. Some plants form symbiotic relationships with fungi, allowing them to access nutrients more efficiently. The gradual breakdown of plant material in soil contributes to nutrient recycling, supporting the quiet continuity of plant life. The internal chemistry of plants continues to adjust in response to environmental changes, maintaining balance without sudden shifts. The steady flow remains unchanged, with each new detail moving gently forward, forming a calm and continuous presence where variation exists without repetition, and the quiet rhythm continues without interruption. The steady rhythm remains soft and even, with each idea settling quietly without returning to what has already passed. In still air, the surfaces of leaves exchange gases slowly, allowing carbon dioxide to enter and oxygen to leave in a calm and continuous process. Within plant cells, small structures called chloroplasts absorb light and convert it into stored energy, forming the foundation of gentle, steady growth. The movement of water inside a plant follows narrow pathways, rising from roots to leaves through capillary action that requires no sudden force. Some medicinal plants produce subtle sugars that act as natural storage, holding energy in a stable form that can be released gradually. The outer skin of roots, known as the epidermis, absorbs moisture from surrounding soil in a quiet and consistent way. Plants growing near rivers often adapt to periodic flooding, developing flexible stems that bend rather than break. The internal pressure within plant cells, called turgor pressure, helps maintain their shape, keeping leaves firm without rigidity. Certain compounds in plants form as a response to slow environmental changes, such as gradual shifts in temperature or light. The arrangement of leaves on a stem often follows patterns that allow each leaf to receive balanced exposure to light. Some plants release faint scents only when touched, as small structures break and release aromatic molecules into the air. The color variations in leaves can indicate different concentrations of pigments, each contributing to the plant's quiet internal chemistry. In cooler climates, plants may slow their metabolic processes, conserving energy and maintaining stability over longer periods. The fine roots of many plants spread outward in thin networks, increasing their ability to absorb water evenly from the soil. The texture of bark changes as a tree ages, forming layers that protect the inner structure while holding slowly developed compounds. Some medicinal plants produce oils that resist evaporation, allowing their scent to remain close and gentle rather than spreading quickly. The alignment of plant fibers creates strength within stems, allowing them to remain upright while still flexible in soft wind. In shaded forests, plants often grow taller over time, reaching gradually toward available light without sudden change. The interaction between plant compounds and water can alter texture, creating infusions that feel smooth and balanced. Certain plants develop deeper colors as they mature, reflecting changes in their internal chemical composition. The process of photosynthesis continues quietly during daylight, forming energy that supports all other plant functions. In dry environments, plants may close small openings on their leaves to reduce water loss, maintaining internal balance. The structure of seeds protects their inner material, allowing them to remain stable during periods of dormancy. Some medicinal plants produce compounds that remain inactive until prepared, becoming noticeable only when released through simple methods.